everyone, and welcome to the very first edition of a new little series we're going to be putting on here called First Job, Worst Job. And what this will feature is, well, you've probably worked it out to be honest, is people's first jobs, because we've all got to start somewhere, and people's worst jobs, because not every job is fantastic. Sorry to break that to you. So, first edition, first episode, might as well feature me, it's my channel after all. So, tell you what, this is my first job. Cadbury World. Can you believe it? Yeah, I used to wash dishes for a living. Okay, I was 17. I did it for 4 years, only on weekends while I was studying. So that was my very first job, and I did not want it. In fact, my parents kind of forced me into it a little bit. I remember them actually putting the phone in my hand and saying, call them up, get the interview. Because I had some friends who worked there, it's all who you know, and they kind of helped me with it. And my parents made me phone up, and I didn't want to go for the interview, and I didn't want to go to work. But turns out I did, and I started on £3.20 an hour. £3.20 an hour. And when I left, I was on the whopping rate of £4.60 an hour. Can you believe it? And what I used to do there, as these pictures might show, is mostly working in the pot wash. All right, we used to, I won't say have fun, but we used to have an all right time working in the pot wash, making sure all the dishes and things from the restaurant were clean, making sure all the items from the kitchen were clean, bringing up the stores, bringing up the stock. Typical day, start at 7 o'clock, bring all the food and items up so the chefs could actually cook it. About 11 o'clock, start washing up, and maybe have a little lunch break if we got time, and then finish work around about 6 o'clock in the evening. So it was 10, 11, sometimes longer days. It was hard work, not gonna lie to you, but it was absolutely brilliant, and I'm really glad I did it. And that was my very first job. I met some great people, some of whom I still keep in touch with. I learned lots about the world of work, way more than I could have done in the classroom while I was actually studying at the time. So it was a really great experience, and I'm so glad that I did it. Worst job. Now, when you've had 19 different jobs, obviously it's hard to pick maybe your worst one. So I'm going to pick worst 2 jobs, and then maybe see if I can narrow it down as we're going along. I did 3 days in a call centre once for a utility company, cold calling people, asking them to pay their bills. Yeah. I did a Thursday, a Friday, a Monday, and Tuesday never happened because it was just awful. It was just not for me. There were some people there who were very happy, loving their job, loving their work, enjoying the sales targets, but it just wasn't for me. But I think that can be topped by one night, that's all I did, 8 hours in a hotel bar, where I went after my degree thinking, oh great, I'm going to be a manager, I'm going to be in charge, I've just left university, I get the great job, but everybody's always promised me. Yeah, not so much. Turned out I was a barman, and I did 8 hours, and then I called up the manager the day after, spoke briefly, and he said, no, you're a barman. I said, it's not for me. And that was my worst job. I still remember those 8 hours. I can remember so many things from that, considering I only did it for 8 hours of my entire life. But hey, not every job is great, and not every job is for me, and there were people there who were absolutely in love with their work, but it just wasn't for me. So I hope that by listening to this, you've kind of realised that, yeah, you got to start somewhere, even if it's washing dishes on a weekend, and not every job you get is going to be brilliant, it's going to be great. Sometimes it's not like that, but you learn from every single experience you do, even if you're just finding out things that you don't want to do. So I hope you've enjoyed this very first episode and edition of First Job, Worst Job, and we'll have some guest speakers doing some of the next episodes for you. Thank you, bye bye.